Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're just gonna get ready together. So if you're interested in that, want to hang out while you get ready or do whatever you're doing, then keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. Okay, let's hop in. I haven't had this setup where my makeup is in front of me in this room in a very long time, but I'm excited to do a little get ready with me. It has been so long and I just feel like I haven't sat down and had a little conversation with you guys in a long time. I'm probably not going to mention everything that I'm using, but I will link all of it in the description box if you are curious. And I might mention a few products here and there. We'll see how it goes. I haven't done this in so long, I feel out of practice. So we'll see. I am still using some skincare from the Skin Saint, which is where I went to get my laser treatments. So I am still using that stuff. This is the Illuma Bright Pads, and then I'm also using the Illuminate Serum. And I'm actually, after I'm done putting it on my face, I just put it over my hands because I've got some dark spots on my hands that I would really love to get rid of. Anyway, I just wanted to have a little girl chat, get ready together situation. So if you are getting ready too, this is perfect. Or if you're just hanging out or cleaning or listening in the background, that's all good. These are kind of my favorite videos to watch, so I feel like I need to do them more often. I'm realizing one of the downfalls of my short hair is that I just got out of the shower and I put my hair up in a messy bun because I wasn't going to wash it today, and it has a crease in it. Like before, my hair was heavy enough that it would kind of just like weigh down all of the creases, but that is not the case now. I asked on Instagram what I should talk about or what questions you guys had, and you had quite a few, and there was like a very common theme among a lot of them, and that was kind of like motherhood and balancing like work and life and running a business and yeah, all of that. We're gonna get into that today. Looking at these questions is like making my heart race because some of them I just don't have the answer to, and some of them just, I don't know, make me sad. I'm actually going to start out with one that I actually responded to the girl directly on Instagram already because I just felt like it needed a direct response. But her question was, how do you feel about the LGBT community? And I don't know, I guess maybe I haven't been clear on this, which, I mean, maybe I've never talked about it. I have no idea if I've ever mentioned it on my channel before, but if I have not, let me be crystal clear now. Human rights are human rights in my mind, and I think that everyone should be able to find love and get married and have a family if that's what they want to do, and I don't think that it's affecting anyone's life, so besides their own. So I don't understand why people have an issue with it, with any kind of rights, women's rights, civil rights, like any kind of rights for humans. I just don't understand why we're not all equals, and it's mind-blowing, and it's sad to me that we're still having to ask people where they stand on if we think that they are equal as another human. Like that just, it just makes me really sad. And on a much more selfish note, my life personally would be much less rich because my sister would not be married to the love of her life and my nephews would not exist. And that is just heartbreaking to think about. So yeah, if I had not been clear on where I stand on rights of all humans until now, let this be the moment that that is where I stand. Very firmly, very strongly, not wavering, and I'm not really open. No, I'm not open to discussion about whether or not that is the right place to stand, because all humans deserve the exact same rights. And if that's not where you stand, I am not open for a discussion about this. That is where I stand, and I believe that everyone should be at this point. Like it's 2022. Let's get with the times. Anyway, I felt like I needed to address that because I don't want it just made me sad that she had to ask that, and that maybe she would be, I don't know. I guess in my head I just assume that people know that about me, but obviously that's not the case, and so if you didn't, now you do. Lots and lots of questions about postpartum and getting back to feeling like you, struggling right now with this, postpartum body, how are you learning to love yours? I'm not. Yeah, I feel like I am like not the person to be answering this because I am not loving my postpartum body. I'm having an extremely difficult time losing the postpartum weight, and it is infuriating. I don't really know what to do at this point. I actually have an appointment with a new primary care doctor. I usually do my eyebrows first, and I didn't, and I'm regretting it because I usually end up getting some of the gel in my foundation, so I'm probably gonna have to touch that up. But anyway, I don't have a primary care doctor, and so I'm actually going to one tonight, and I am hoping to get some blood work done because I feel like my hormones are off. I have like a laundry list of complaints, I guess you would call them, and I just feel like there's something going on with my body and I don't know what it is. But I will say that one of the things that so many people said to me was that breastfeeding makes the weight fall off, and I will just tell you right now that is not true for everyone. Maybe that is true for some people, but I am 13 months postpartum. I am still breastfeeding, and this weight is not falling off by any sense of the imagination. I still have almost all of my postpartum weight to lose. I'm going to try to get some blood work done tonight, or at least get an order for it, because I think you probably have to fast for it. And I'm hoping that she will test my hormones and maybe my thyroid, or I have no idea what, but I've just had a lot of issues going on with, I feel like it's with my hormones and with my gut, like a lot of digestion issues, and my headaches have come back. There's times that my wedding ring is turning my finger green, which I know means that my hormones are off. And I actually just got my period back. I've had it 3 times, but they haven't been like 3 months in a row. And I have not broken out like this since, I don't know, probably in a decade. And so I think that that's all hormonal. I think all right here is hormonal acne, and like these large pimples are just, they're so painful, and I just haven't had them in so long that I know that my hormones are probably like bouncing all over the place, and that is not helping with weight loss. But back to the postpartum body thing. One thing I will say is that looking at other people who the weight like magically fell off of them was really, really hard for me, and it did not help me at all. It was not inspirational. It is just, it's frustrating, and it's really hard not to compare yourself. So I highly suggest doing a little clean sweep through your social media if you are following people who are currently making you feel bad about anything in your life. That goes for any subject, not just postpartum. But I know that there's a lot of times that I'll see posts constantly from certain people, and I just have to mute them for a bit for something that I'm personally going through. You really have to protect your own mental health. And I know that when I got pregnant, I got a few DMs from people saying, you know, I'm gonna mute you for a while because I'm having fertility struggles. And I totally understand that. You have to do what you have to do. I've personally muted a few bloggers because it was just really hard for me to see them back in their old clothes. Meanwhile, I'm struggling and just not there. I'm gonna just try and cover these up a little bit because I'm going to be filming today, but I don't think there's really much I can do about covering these mountains. I did a calorie deficit for I think almost 3 months, and I have basically nothing to show for it. So I just know that you're not alone. I am here for solidarity, even if that's not, I guess, the best answer. I keep just trying to remind myself that my body grew this amazing human, and without it, he would not exist, and he's just the light of our lives. So of course it was worth it, but I know that doesn't really, it doesn't really help. It's like, yes, I know that, but that's not like the answer that I need. So I guess the answer is I don't know. I'm not. I don't love my postpartum body. I would love a breast reduction right about now. My boobs are just out of control. I feel really uncomfortable with them. I have been having a really hard time finding a bra that fits. And then my stomach is just like saggy, loose skin around my incision. It still has this weird sensation. Like I was numb basically from my belly button down, and now I just have this weird sensation. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a little bit tingly, and it's irritating feeling if I touch it the wrong way. And my doctor told me basically a year postpartum, whatever that feels like is likely how it'll feel. I did a lot of scar massage. I gained a lot more weight than I wanted to through my pregnancy, which I think was a result of me struggling with my mental health. I had a lot of food aversions, and it was a really hard time in my life, and I gained more weight than I wanted to, and now I just feel like I'm paying for it. So I guess my biggest like thought about all of this is that we are so much more concerned about ourselves than other people are about us. I'm not thinking about my friends' postpartum bodies. I think they all look beautiful. I think their bodies did something amazing. I think we're more in our heads about our own stuff than other people are about us. Like, I'm not that important that other people, like my friends, are staring at my postpartum body. So, and if they are, that's a them problem, not a me problem. I'm in a phase of life right now that I really want to lose my postpartum weight because we do want to have another one. I don't want to get pregnant until I am feeling better physically. Be patient with yourself, do what you can, and try not to let it be all consuming, because I know that it can be, and it's really frustrating. I had to get up to get this, and then I forgot to hit record, but I just sprayed the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. I really love this right now, and I'm almost out of it, which is so sad. But I feel like it's lasted me a very, very long time. I got some questions about just balancing life, balancing work and being a mom. Do you struggle with anxiety trying to juggle being a mom, wife, and business owner? It's certainly not easy, that is for sure. I wouldn't say I necessarily struggle with anxiety around it, but that is also likely due to the fact that I, during my pregnancy, struggled so much with anxiety and depression that I was on Zoloft for a very long time, and I actually recently weaned off of it. I guess not recently, but like probably within the last couple of months. I don't know why in my viewfinder the focus thing says that it's over here, so I'm hoping that I'm still in focus. Maybe I should restart my camera. Okay, we'll see if that worked, if I even was out of focus. Anyway, I wouldn't say that I struggle with anxiety around it, but do I feel like I'm failing 99% of the time? Absolutely. Like, there's always something that is falling down. I'm just using my bronzer in my crease. If my house is clean, then I haven't played with Theo. If I've gotten a lot of work done, then I haven't played with Theo. If I've played with Theo, then my job is suffering, and it's a cycle that's really, really hard to get out of. And actually, just now, like 13 months postpartum, I am taking steps to change it. Theo's actually at my parents' house today. We tried this for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and he's been there once for the day so far. So he'll be there through his second nap today, and then I will meet halfway with my mom. My parents don't live super close to me, so we're meeting halfway between our houses, and I will get him when he is up from his second nap. My mom has been coming here to watch him, and then Jenna is here once a week so that we can work on SB stuff, but she also is really, really good with Theo's. If I need to do something specific for SB or something, she is like completely fine hanging out with him. But that being said, I wasn't getting any uninterrupted work time. Like Theo was here, I was here, and I didn't want to be away from him. And so I felt like it was like working out, but I wasn't getting that time that I needed to just focus on work. And then like on the days that I'm here and it's just the two of us, I would feel like I'd have to get so much stuff done, which I want to spend time with him. So we're gonna try this out and see how it goes, and I'm gonna see if I'm able to get more done, and then I'm hoping that the days that it's just the two of us here, I will feel much less stressed about getting actual work done, and I will be able to just hang out with him and enjoy him instead of trying to get stuff done. But in general, I was not expecting, I feel like I've said this before on here, I was not expecting to feel the way about motherhood that I feel. I truly thought that I would have Theo, and then, you know, 3 months later, I would have like a full-time care for him and like, I don't know, not be as attached to him as I am, not want to spend as much time with him as I do. But he is just my little sidekick, and I just don't want to be away from him. And I know that this time is fleeting because he's already won. He's already changed and grown so much. He already doesn't want to cuddle as much, and you know, he can walk, and so he doesn't need me to carry him everywhere. It's like that reel that's like, how do you know you're living in the good old days? And I'm fully aware that I am right now. Man, okay, I'm trying really hard not to pull a Jessica Braun and start crying, but I just know myself, and I will be really, really disappointed in myself if I look back in, you know, 10 years and my biggest memories from this time are working, because that can always come back. And if my like 28-year-old self, even if my 33-year-old self could hear me saying this, like I would not know who I am. And quite frankly, I feel like I don't know who I am right now, because this is not how I've ever operated. I've always been somebody who loves to work, who wants to put in the time, who wants to make money and grow a business and all of that. And I still do want to do that. And it reminds me when I have these days where I'm by myself that I want to do that. And running a business is fulfilling to me, and it's been my dream. So I'm not giving up on that by any sense, but I cannot spend my entire life working right now like I used to do, because there are just more important things in my life right now, and those need attention and my time. So as far as balance goes, I do feel like now we're going to get into a routine, but again, I'm 13 months postpartum, where, you know, it's been a long time since having a routine. So right now, Thursdays are the day that I will have basically from 8 to like 3:30-ish to get everything done that I want to get done. And I'm kind of thinking that those are going to be my filming days, and then I will be able to edit the videos that I film like during nap time on other days. And then the other part of this is Adam. And I feel like him and I have not gotten out as much as we should have. It's a little difficult because our family lives like 45 minutes to an hour away, and they live in the opposite direction of like where everything is that we would want to do. So that's a little bit hard. Like if we want to go to dinner, we live in an area and like close to different areas that have tons of restaurants and fun things. And so then we would have to have our family come to our house, which is easier for Theo anyway, so that he can sleep in his own bed. But yeah, then they have to drive out here, and then we go out, and then they have to drive home. It's a long thing to ask for on a regular basis, and we just have so many things going on. But we did get away for the very first time without Theo. This past weekend, we went up north for one of my friend's weddings. We had never left him overnight before, and we left him overnight. So this past Saturday is the first day of his life that I didn't see him. It was definitely hard on me, especially like in the morning and at night. But during the day, I feel like I did okay. I know that we need to do that more. We have just like a lot of things coming up, like Adam's brother is getting married. So of course we'll have a babysitter, but it's not like me and Adam time. And we went to that wedding up north, and we did get time, obviously, to ourselves, and we had a date night on that Friday night. But then we're at a wedding and we're with a bunch of people, which was super fun. But our like normal schedule is just, it's hard. By the time he gets home, we hang out with Theo for a little bit, and then it's like a dinner, and then the bath time, bedtime, that whole thing. And then we haven't even touched any of the stuff that we have to do for our house, or like maintaining the yard, or whatever it is. And so we're always trying to do something at night, and if we don't do it at night, then our entire weekend is full of it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I never like to do this on camera, but I'm going to do it to show you how careful you have to be. But I like to comb through my lashes after I put my first coat of mascara on to kind of separate them before I curl them and put my second coat on. So that's just what works for me to not have super clumpy eyelashes. But you do have to be like beyond gentle, otherwise you will just pull all your lashes out. Anyway, I think we're in a phase right now where it's like life is so busy that we don't have enough time for just us. Someone asked what my 5-year plan is, and let's see, 5 years we will, I mean, gosh, hopefully. So our plan is to buy my parents' house. They're currently in the process of designing a home and building a different house on the same lake that they live on right now. So our plan is to buy their house when they move out. We're hoping that's going to be maybe by the end of next year, so the end of 2023. Gosh, I really hope so. I don't know. So that is, I guess, as far as moving, we will move, but the move is hinging on them moving. So it's going to be so fun because we're going to live closer to our parents. We're going to live in the same neighborhood as one of my best friends and her husband and kids, and it's just going to be like the dream childhood that I want to give to Theo. Like, I grew up on the lake and it is so fun, and so to be able to give that to Theo is just going to be like the best thing ever. So that is in our 5-year plan. Another kid, we are not getting any younger, so we do want to have a second child, I guess like semi close in age to Theo. Like I mentioned before, I want to feel healthy before I get pregnant again, so I'm hoping I will feel healthy in the nearish future, and then we will be able to add to our family. I can't imagine having another little one right now because I'm just enjoying Theo's stage so much. But yeah, we are planning on having one more. So that is in the hopefully 5-year plan. As far as work goes, I am hoping that I will be able to expand this community now that I kind of have a little bit more direction and I'm not putting myself in a box of makeup and fashion. I say that as I'm doing a get ready with me video, but I'm hoping that I will be able to feel more inspired and just be able to really grow this community more. And then as far as SB goes, I would love to have some sort of like a storefront, or I don't know. I don't know what the plan is for SB yet, but I think it'd be really fun to have a storefront. I feel like I just rambled on for a while about some of those topics, but I'm going to put some dry shampoo into my hair, try and do something with it, and then get on with my busy day of trying to get all the things done while I don't have Theo with me. I hope you enjoyed this video and just hanging out with me. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.